Hey, good morning. I am giving you a little prelude to what the NBA main slate looks like today. I'm going to be doing a live stream at 1 p.m. Eastern, a little pre-lock NBA live stream. Going to be using our content and tools over at patreon.com/riserfall. Right now, you were looking at the teamriserfall.com website, and you can see that we've been making this on the back end, kind of keeping it secret, I suppose. And we're starting to add all the study hubs. We're starting to add all our cheat sheets, all our content to this website. And what we'll do is we'll start giving out the password to our members so that you simply can log in, see everything right here on the site. If you want it on the site, it's a much quicker way to get content. And if you are somebody who's like, no, I don't want to scroll around, I don't want to do anything. By the way, when you scroll and everything, it's so fast. There's a button down here, this little download button, or you can view in full-size workbook. So if you want to download it and do a bunch of stuff with it that way, by all means, you can manipulate it, you can change stuff around. So I've just downloaded it very quickly, and now I have the heat map. Everything's all on one screen, so you can do it either way you'd like. But make sure you check out that website, teamriserfall.com, and there's going to be a lot of cool stuff going up there as we build that on the back end, and sooner or later, that will be our full-time site. And Patreon, bye-bye, my friends. So for now, we're using patreon.com/riserfall. If you want this cheat sheet, because I have teased you this morning, by the way, it's going to be free. It's down below. Go ahead, give it a look if you want our cheat sheet for today. A few things will happen. Number one, FanDuel ratings will get uploaded and updated later when we run the models more. Number two, FanDuel projections and ownership projections will also change as we update the models. So we want you to be able to have those. If you hold on to the control button, you can kind of select all these different times, or you can grab different positions. You want to look at just guards on FanDuel. Okay, so I held on the control and I clicked point guard and shooting guard. There we go. I have only the guards. So, and maybe I only want the guards for the 9 o'clock game. Maybe I'm doing like a late slate, right? You're doing a showdown game or something like that. You can do this. That's very easy. Or you can simply just click the game as well. There's a lot of different things you can do to get yourself situated and ready for the day. And I want to do it with you right now. So a few things we're going to be looking at. Times player has hit the value multiplier. This has been very useful when people are selecting between one player. If you're deciding on the potential upside and the probability, and I talk about that all the time, my friends, what is the upside, but also what's the probability they hit that upside? And a very simple way to compare players is to look at their probability. You can see, I told you, now everything's uploaded. This is early in the morning. All right, so if we are looking at somebody who hits the upside and at this value multiplier, this is at whatever their price tag is for today. So someone like Zion Williamson, if he were to get more minutes today, he would be a great play because 67% of the time he hits value at 6.3K. And that's exactly what that means. That's how you can compare it. It's a good way to find some cash options. And if you're trying to look for some of the players that have very high hit rates at, 6x times their multiplier, which we're looking for in tournaments, 6, 7x. You get heroes like Alec Burks. A lot of these get are because they get like spot starts and stuff. But here you are, you see a team like Miami with multiple players, because as soon as one guy is out, like Kendrick Nunn or Goran Dragic, if one of those guys are out, one of these other players get some hero ball in there, they step up and they usually get a lot more minutes, more usage, and they can score a bunch of points. So, it's a good way to kind of just identify different situations, especially if there's injuries or anybody missing that game. You'll see these come into play a lot more. Now, other things I like to look at here are the trends. As we start to get some more points, more games going here, game logs, this 3-game fantasy point log is going to be nice. You're going to be able to see trends, be able to highlight trends and figure out what's going on. It also gives you an opportunity to kind of look into what is going on and why this is happening. Maybe we'll be able to see, whoa, my goodness, Siakam, 45 points per game over the last 3. What's been going on? You can go investigate the team. Oh, Kyle Lowry's been out. Okay, he's got a point boost here. Things like that. It's a very quick way for you to use the heat map to identify situations where you can find opportunity. Now, these dots have been pretty cool. So we'll have rating here. And by the way, the FanDuel rating, people have been uploading into Fantasy Cruncher, and it is cashed 5 straight days in a row in cash games. So for you cash game players, update upload FanDuel rating into Fantasy Cruncher. And if you crunch by that, people have been using that to build their cash game lineups and go out there and make money. So 5 days in a row. I don't know if today the regression day and, we missed because I put it on air today. I don't know. But, listen, 5 in a row, that's pretty solid odds that it's at least going to put you in good position. A good position. What is today? Monday, so 4 in a row. 4 in a row, Thursday through Sunday. It's cashed every single night, the FanDuel rating on cash games. But I think tournament's 3 of 4 too. It's not bad. Not bad. All right. I'm going to drink a little coffee here on air. I don't even care. Hashtag Dad Life. I am tired. I was up till 2 a.m. working on stuff with CG, that website stuff we were working on with every free minute we have. That's wild. Here I am. Feeling it now, kind of. I'm really tired. DVP, highlighted by red, yellow, or green, shows a good matchup. Thomas Bryant went nuclear last night. Great play. Another great play, as usual. Without Sabonis, they just don't have as much size down there. Bryant should be able to throw around Miles Turner. Bryant's a beast, man. These 3 dots, though, this is interesting. So when everything gets uploaded and updated, pay attention to these dots because we've been able to find some really, really good plays each and every slate. When you're looking at these, I like to sort it by value. When you're looking at these, find the one that has 3 dots. Boom. Make sure that guy's in your player pool. Boom. Thomas Bryant, make sure he's in your player pool. Miles Turner, Drew Holiday, pace up matchup against Memphis. I like it. So things like that, try to find a way to connect the dots, I suppose. And especially if they have a DVP dot like Thomas Bryant, man, like there's it's hard not to like him. And I would imagine his rating later is going to be high 80s, low 90s. He's going to be a good play, and there's no doubt. I mean, he scored 58 points last game too. He's in a good spot. He's playing tons of minutes. He's always been somebody we needed minutes from. So if Moritz Wagner is not taking away his minutes, Thomas Bryant, man, if he's playing 30 plus, he is going to go beast mode. And I love that price tag on FanDuel, 6.3K at that position. Now let's go quick position by position today, and we'll take a peek at some of these values, and then I'm going to sign off, and I'll be back at 1 p.m. for the pre-lock live stream, and we'll crunch some lineups on Fantasy Cruncher. We'll hand build some lineups together in FanDuel or DraftKings, and we'll just get to work. Okay, so Dejounte Murray shows up as our highest value right now. That'll be an interesting spot. I'm intrigued to see what happens with this offense, who is active, if Benelli is out, and things like that. So let's pay attention to them. But at 5.7K, that's a lot of upside. We see right here with the value multiplier, 50% of the time at this price tag, he's going to hit value. And a lot of that has to do with who is in or out of the lineup. And if, I don't remember who else was injured. They had 2 players missing yesterday. Trey Lyles, I think, was also out. It gave, was it Keldon? It gave somebody else some extra run. So let's pay attention to the backcourt specifically for the Spurs today. Aaron Holiday, same thing. We got to pay attention to the backcourt. 4.5K. Don't like the price tag. I don't like it much at all. But if he's going to be playing a lot of minutes, and if Brogdon or Oladipo are out, or even if both end up being out, my goodness, Aaron Holiday is already in play. And I think that FanDuel projection potentially goes up if they're both out. And so will this ownership. The initial in our model lower because it identified both Brogdon as Oladipo as playing. But if those two are both playing today, then Aaron Holiday's projection will go up. Projection will go down, and his FanDuel ownership likely will be correct. If they're both out, this ownership will skyrocket. Projection will go up a little bit, and then people will be staring at that 33.56 point game log that Aaron Holiday had from last game when he had a lot extra run. All right, Shake Milton, I don't like the price tag. He is starting, though. Monty Morris almost dogged everybody. Luckily scored like 7 points in the fourth quarter. Barely eclipsed the 20-point. He had 23.05. Always somebody with upside when he gets a lot of playing time. I'm going to be targeting him today if the entire backcourt of Denver and all those wings are out again. So pay attention to the news. I will update you in Discord. Ja Morant, love playing him in this spot. I don't like the matchup against Drew Holiday, but I do like the pace. This game's going to be a run and gun, very fast-paced game. I talked about this last was it Saturday? I said Ja Morant and Damian Lillard, ping-pong that lineup. And I said to ping-pong the lineup with, who were the two? Kristaps Porzingis, because I said he'd get like 14 to 16 rebounds against the 6'7" center, P.J. Tucker of Houston. And I said to ping-pong Harden with Porzingis. Boy, did that work out. I remember that off the top of my head. We had 45 points from Lillard, 45 points from Ja Morant. We had like 60 or so from Porzingis, and Harden had like 66. It was a sick core four start to our day, and we had so much value. We jammed that in, and we had so many members win. So pay attention. I will post that again today in Discord for my Ronin tier members only, where I identify those core plays. So make sure you check that out as well in Discord. That's where I give all the goods away. If you've checked us out in Discord before, by the way, check this out. We've got this really cool new content channel where it's just a scrolling feed where I post the direct links to everything for you. It's one channel, one post. Here's Sundays. Here's what I have so far. Monday, live stream gives the link. Study Hub, initials, and all this stuff will get populated. NHL, esports, all that stuff will fill in. So give that a look. That's pretty cool. That is a newly organized thing for August. I want some people to be able to find stuff better. All right, let's go over to shooting guard on FanDuel, and we're looking at the ratings. Couple standouts. Of course, Jordan Clarkson continues to get a lot of minutes and continues to get 26.76 minutes since we've restarted. Not bad. A down game last game. And listen, I'll reinvest here. I know the matchup is not ideal. Josh Richardson, of course, if he's getting minutes again in play. These guys are more MME targets, though. I don't ever feel comfortable playing either of them in cash. Somebody like Dylan Brooks is a fine cash play, in my opinion, because the price tag's not too high, and he's going to get a lot of minutes. 35.03 since we've relaunched here on Thursday. And Dylan Brooks, we know, can score the basketball. And if he catches fire scoring, he's going to deliver a very solid score. And I think his floor is a little bit higher than some of these other guys, even though he's, $600-700 more. What, $400 more? Jordan Clarkson or Dylan Brooks? Give me Dylan Brooks in cash games, unless we think Clarkson's going to get, 30-plus minutes again. But if Clarkson's going to dip back down to 20 minutes or so, I don't know if I can invest there. And I don't like the matchup at all. Dylan Brooks against the Pelicans. That's going to be an up and down the court, fast-paced game. I like that option right there off the top of my head, very quickly looking at it. Lonnie Walker, again, potentially in play. Pay attention to the backcourt again, but that price tag, 4.8K. I liked him a lot better. I think he was at point guard last week at like 3.9K. On DraftKings, we had him at min price 3K that first night, so pay attention to that. Torrey Craig, same thing here. We're going to be looking for minutes. We got to see who's playing for the Denver Nuggets. Let's go to small forward. Let me wrap this up real quick. I see my time before I have to go be daddy here. Justin Holiday, still a nice price tag here. If he's getting a lot of minutes, will be a fine cash game play. Troy Brown went nuclear last game, scoring, I think, 48 or 40. Let's see, actually. First one game, 49 points last game. Matchup, it'll be back and forth between him and the MVP, TJ Warren, MVP of the relaunch league here. My goodness, playing both. Honestly, playing both. I like their price tags. TJ Warren clearly playing a lot of minutes, 67 FanDuel points last game. On the relaunch here, it clearly is going to be something. And against Washington, this game could be high scoring. Washington can't stop a nosebleed. So I like Troy Brown because of the price tag, TJ Warren because of the price tag and the upside. Interesting spot, though, because if you pay 6.7K for Warren, you're missing out on Brandon Ingram at 7.4K, who we see has the best 5X value multiplier percentage at 64% for Brandon Ingram at the position. So if you use Troy Brown and TJ Warren, you miss out on Ingram and his upside in a very fast-paced game, but it's, I think his upside is also capped a bit when you take into consideration that the big man, Zion Williamson, is going to get some more minutes. Again, if you use Troy Brown and TJ Warren, you're not getting exposure to LeBron James either. So we're looking at the value. Michael Porter Jr. has been priced up by $400. That's what this category means. See this blue ice cold here? Remember, this is the heat map. Everything's hot, cold, red hot, blue cold. So Michael Porter, his price tag went up $400. Not a big fan of that. Jaren Jackson, price tag went up $500. Not a big fan. So these price tags being increased and decreased can kind of highlight issues here. TJ Warren went up $700, unfortunately. Troy Brown, even after he went bonkers last game, scoring 49 points, went down $400 in price tags. So pay attention to those. I think those highlight some issues. They can highlight some value, potential upsides. Brandon Clark's price tag continues to climb. Not a fan there. No thanks. That was an anomaly game he had that first game. We talked about it. I said he was a great pivot off the very highly owned Jaren Jackson Jr. on opening night, their opening night, because of just ownership. And I knew he'd be half the ownership. And he was, and he outscored Jaren Jackson Jr. So, things like that, pay attention to in tournaments. At this point now, $5K, not a big fan of that price tag. I suppose you could say the same thing tonight if Jaren Jackson Jr. gets into foul trouble against Zion Williamson, which very well could happen. Then Brandon Clark becomes a fine tournament option. The issue here is if you're paying for either of these guys, you're not getting Millsap, you're not getting Grant, you're not getting Porter, three guys who are going to play more minutes, I think, and have similar upsides at a very low price tag, and all lower than Brandon Clark. Clearly not the same upside as Jaren Jackson Jr., but that's why he's priced there. Again, if you pay for these guys, you're missing out on Anthony Davis. Pay attention to Kyle Kuzma. I like that his price tag dropped. Same with Royce O'Neal. Don't like the matchup for Royce, though, actually. That's a lot of bigs down low to contend with. Kyle Kuzma can always get hot from the outside. He starts hitting his threes, starts scoring the basketball a little bit. Could be a very, very nice bargain here at 4.5K. So power forward looks like a position I might be paying down at today very quickly, just looking at it. That's the value. The value is there. There were some value options here with Troy Brown at small forward. Shooting guard, we had a couple of values down here as well. Point guard, did not see many I wanted to pay down for. It looks like a pay-up position. And going over to center, Thomas Bryant, somebody I will pay down for, the mid-tier. I don't want to pay for Rudy Gobert tonight. Not against that, not against the bigs here for LA. It's either up to Embiid or down to Thomas Bryant for me. Potentially Jokic, if all those guards are out again, maybe a bounce-back spot for him. OKC, tough defense. Steven Adams, tough to contend with. Steven Adams off the board. Don't like the matchup as well against Jokic. If Jokic is playing the 5, which they had him running last game, and their offense was running through him, point Jokic a little bit. So pay attention to these things. My friends, I hope this little NBA slate preview helped you out. Come back at 1 p.m. and I will break down the main slate pre-lock with all updated everything. Again, this is free. Down below in the cheat sheet, we'll look at some DraftKings as well at 1 p.m. Try to help you out. And hit that sub button. Hit that like button if you like free content. Listen, this is a free video this morning, and you're getting a stream at 1 p.m. Hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. If you want to check out all of our content, we have cheat sheets like this, a whole bunch of other things that you can check out on our website and patreon.com/rise or fall. And if you want to check that out, by all means, please give it a look. Let us know what you think. And if you want to join and get all this type of stuff, then you can have it. It's yours. I mean, here's the NASCAR study hub. Let me show you if it's still up. You put this up. Oh, CG, you're the best, buddy. Here we go. Let's take a peek. Here's the Rise or Fall NASCAR study hub. It's beautiful. And you know what? It's valuable. And on top of that, it has all sorts of goodies in here. Track history, last 15 races at the track, last 6 races in general, so you can see what type of form they're in, last 15 races in general, and then has projections, ownership projections, shows the value for both FanDuel and DraftKings, Vegas odds for top 3, 5, and 10 finishes, starting position. I mean, this is gorgeous. You can go over to the MLB study hub, give that a look as well. Why not? Let's take a peek at this. And I'm going to pop this open right here so I can give you a nice, beautiful full screen on my 30-inch monitor. And, here we go. We've got the MLB tabs, pitcher matchups, DK stacks, FanDuel stacks. You want to see who the best plays are for Oakland, click this drop-down tab. Percentiles, where you can upload different percentile projections. These mean we can weight the hitters heavier than the pitchers, because we all know stacks are what win tournaments. Shh. Don't tell anybody. We've got a projections copy paste for your Fantasy Cruncher upload. You just, I want the DK 25th percentile projections. All right, scroll all the way down, upload that into FC, and then you can slide over and take a peek at the PGA Study Hub because you're doing extra work today. You've got all sorts of stuff going on, right? You got the PGA Study Hub. Looks like our picks are in there from last week, and you can sort by some of the risers. And listen, this is what I pretty much did. I did all my research and everything here, and then I uploaded the player pool with Bennett's player pool and stuff into, and actually used his player pool for Super Draft. Ended up winning $1,900 or something over there. Took second place in the $12. All right, my friends. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent here. Give it a look. Pretty cool. I like it. I'm biased, but patreon.com/riserfull. Hope to see you at 1 o'clock and the pre-lock stream. Take care, my friends.